girl J Renee. You know I always got something to say, and y'all, we have somebody right here in the studio with us. You already know we ain't stressing today, even on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, we got the one, the only, straight out of M.I. Crooked letter, I, crooked letter, I, humpback, I, Mississippi, we got Dear Silas.
I love it, man. I love it. It's one of the best introductions I ever got. I appreciate it.
And like you said, man, we ain't stressing today. And congratulations
Yeah,
on IG as well. I Love Me is climbing the charts as well. And you have a tour
yeah,
coming out. You got to talk to me. How does that feel? You have all these greatness and all this great things happening for you, and it's coming
yeah.
at you like all at once, and you just staying stress free.
Man, I feel great about it. I feel like I'm definitely ecstatic, but it's a calmness over me about it too because we plan for it. You know what I'm saying? So everything that happens, we're waiting on it, and when it happens, we're like, okay, let's move, let's keep it going. So it's definitely a blessing, but I asked for it and I'm ready to receive it. So yeah.
You got to tell me when you were growing up, out of that M, I, crooked letter, I, crooked letter, I, humpback, I. You already know. I ain't gonna front. Y'all got like some of the best music. I ain't gonna front. I don't care if you
Appreciate
see
it.
people who come at me. I mean, that is so catchy though. So catchy.
Yeah, yeah.
So you growing up out of Mississippi, then at first, music wasn't your the first choice. I read that you wanted to be a comedian at first, and then even before then, you were just like chilling in the mix. So what led you to having music
Yeah,
as your primary source of income?
yeah. So I mean, well, actually, it's always been music from the very, very jump. I did, I did kind of take a skip, to the left, and I tried comedy, but it was always to propel the music. That was my plan. Like my approach to it back then was kind of like, man, it's really easy to get people to pay attention to funny stuff and jokes. And what I would do is I would make these videos and people would laugh, and then I would sneak my music in some sort of way, like in the middle or at the end of it or whatever. And to this point where I was building up this mixtape I had back in the day called Wave Grease, and I would like promote it at the end of every video, and people were like, "No, I don't know what this is, but I can't wait for it." And then like after so long, a month of just promoting that and building up my presence, I dropped it, and nobody had any idea that it was going to be a mixtape. But when I dropped it, the mixtape did exceptionally well, and yeah, it was just kind of like a thing to where I definitely been a musician from the jump. I really had no choice. Everybody in my family are musicians, so I've been playing horns since I was 11. Started playing piano when I was 9. So, but the comedy was a way to try to sneak my way into the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that happened.
If we're gonna fast forward, you have Chad Ochocinco who's playing your music left and right, gaining that growth like that, and for skirts, I'm sorry, skirt.
Yeah.
Okay. To become number one on Spotify, what was that feeling like? Was that like, oh man, like was that like a realization, like, oh wow, this is what I for real need to be doing? Or were you just like, we're gonna see what else can be popping with this. See where we can go with this.
Yeah, yeah. I had already had my mind made up, a long time ago what I wanted to do. But I will say that for sure, solidified some things for me to, just really, believe in my ability more, and just to like just really get down in it, like deep in the mud with it, and just trust myself and my instincts. Cause like Gullah Gullah Island happened. And I was like, man, damn, this is dope. Can I do this again? And then Skirt Skirt happened. And then, and a lot of things have happened, and I just really started to say, you know what, okay, yeah, this is definitely, I'm good at this because the things that are happening for me, they're coming so natural. It is not really anything that I'm having to force. And that was a cool thing about it, because for so long before that, I was forcing things. And when I finally just said, you know what, I'm just gonna do what I want to do and do what I like to do, that's when everything started to happen. Everything started to level up. Yeah.
Hey, you gotta talk to me. The
Hmm.
world renowned singer. I ain't stressing day. Hey, I ain't stressing day. Even the dance with it. I first caught wind of it on TikTok. I ain't even gonna front. And I was
Hmm.
like, dang. And I thought the person who originally posted it, you know how they have, you know, their name and it's original music. And I was just
Mm,
like, I can't find the whole song. Then when I finally did, it said Dear Silas.
yeah.
And you got to tell me, how did you come to create that record? Where was it birthed from, like emotionally? And you got to give me the rundown step by step about that record right there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, so this is a very hot topic question. A lot of people always ask me, like, how did you come up with it? I was stressing. I was literally stressing. Like that's what was going on. I was beating up on myself about, where I was and, the whole I was comparing myself to other people and just, looking at my journey versus somebody else's journey, which you definitely should not do. Uh, But yeah, so I was having a moment one day and I remember scrolling on Twitter and I was just, just going through the timeline. And I saw somebody posted this old video of Chris Cross, Jermaine Dupri and the Brat, and they were performing on the Soul Train, and like they were doing the Chris Cross record to live and die for hip hop. And like at the end of the record, they just started doing like the Bankhead bounce, like, but it was cool because like it was like a whole bounce montage. Like I'm talking about like Chris Cross will bounce for like 10 seconds, then they'll pan over to JD, then they pan over to the brand. I'm like, they just really took the last whole minute and 30 seconds of this song and just bounced. And I remember looking at that and I was just thinking like, I remember forgetting everything that I was feeling down about. It really took my mind out of that state that it was in. And all I could think was like, you know what? This made me feel so good. I want to feel like this all the time. I want to go outside and just bounce. I want to go in nature and become one with the leaves and the trees and whatnot and just go outside and bounce. So I did. So I took my camera outside. I recorded myself bouncing, and that was it. And it was only it was only meant as a reminder, for when I got down and just look at this video and remember that state you was in. And I posted it, and then boom, that took off, and I was like, okay, cool. So it started the whole dance challenge, and then eventually, I'm a rapper, so people were like, "You gonna rap to it?" And I was like, "Okay, cool, I'll rap to it." So I rapped to it, did like a little short, maybe 25, 30-second freestyle or something like that. And then that took off. And then people were like, okay, what a song? And I'm like, I never even intended for any of this to happen. I never thought it was gonna be a song or anything like that. And so then the song came and so on and so forth. And yeah.
I mean, because it's just, ain't stressing the day. What? I ain't stressing the day.
Yeah,
And then
man.
it started becoming funny when you had your serious face. You just like,
Yeah. You
and
gotta get locked in.
I was like, done. Okay, let me stop. Let me. Okay, he had a
Yeah.
dip with him. Let me dip.
Yeah.
And then
Got
that caught
to.
the attention of so many like different celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace to Twitch because I saw his video earlier on before his
Yeah.
untimely passing, and he was getting it too. I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
man. I really want to shout out Twitch though, man, because he reached out to me. He DM'd me like randomly. Lupita she was doing a dance and listening to the song. And he hit me. He was like, "Man, look, I know you going crazy right now. Lupita just I don't even know you, but I'm happy for you and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Damn, I really appreciated that for him to just take the time out of his day to just hit me on it, on the message like that." So yeah, shout out to him, man. I was there.
How does it feel to create these songs that basically it's all of them? It's like giving love to yourself, whether it be stress free, whether you be negativity free, you loving yourself, texting yourself.
Yeah.
How does that feel to give that type of happiness to the world?
Man, it feels great. It feels great because it all started with me. Like my name is DearSilas because essentially, I feel like I'm just writing a letter to myself, and everything you hear me make music about is something that I'm really going through, and it's affecting me. And sometimes I have to be the voice for myself to help pull me out of those situations, to remind myself like, hey man, come on, chill, bro. You stop stressing, or love yourself, or tell you hey to thank you. Like I have to, regurgitate that back out and bring it into me. And it's dope because in the process, I get to see how it affects people. I get to see the impact that it's having on everybody because people send me stuff all the time in real time about like, man, like this song kept me from doing this, or it made me want to do this, or it helped me to work my way towards this. and it's a blessing, you know.
I can definitely relate because within this industry, it is so stressful, so
Yeah,
stressful, and
absolutely.
you have to keep that level head, or else you will like essentially just wig out on the first person you see. And you be like, baby, that wasn't even meant for you. It
I'm
just
sorry, my bad.
be like, baby, the cup has runneth all the way over and it just spilled. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It happens. It happens. But yeah,
And I mean, even now, it's become a phrase. Like it's actually embedded in our vocabulary now. Be like, girl, it's Monday. Look, I ain't stressing today. It's
yeah, yeah.
I ain't stressing today.
That's what I love about it, man. I love that it's becoming synonymous with just that feeling. Like when people when you see the word stress, I want you to automatically think about I ain't stressing today. I want that to come right over you. Like as soon as you feel an ounce of stress, boom, I ain't stressing today. Because I wanted to really be able to help people get through things. And one thing I'm learning too is just to really, be able to discern on like am I stressed or am I upset about a decision I made or what I'm saying, like did some stuff get misconstrued and I'm confused and that with stress. So, just because sometimes I mean stress is real. I'm not
Yeah.
like
Oh, oh yeah.
I'm not like trying to, minimize, mental health is real. I'm a huge advocate for that. But sometimes I feel like, I ain't stressing today can help in both situations. It can help when something really is stressful going on with you, and it can help when it might not be that you stress. You might just be, a little irritated at the moment, or something small. But yeah,
So you got to talk to me about this new record. Well, it's not really like new, but it's new to us. Okay.
mm,
Because I know you released several of these songs in the past,
mm.
but because of their such high intensity and such yearning for one song, you want to listen to more and more. And so you have I Love Me.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's not even a narcissistic song. It's just self-love. So you
right.
gotta tell me about this record. Gotta drop it to me. Cause it's climbing, man, it is climbing charts left and right.
Yeah, yeah, nah, definitely. Yeah, I love me. It released, as a part of my project is giving self love. Um, Make sure y'all go check that out. Whole album is dope. It's crazy. But yeah, I love me. Yeah, if, at first glance, you would think like, this guy's too into himself, or like he think he better than everybody else. He's super arrogant, but it's really not. It's an anthem about really just being selfish with yourself. And I just want people, I feel like if you really practice the mode of telling yourself that you're beautiful and there's nobody that's like you, or just being comfortable in your own skin, I feel like that would take care of a huge percentage of you, just the ailments of like just not, how you feel about yourself,
Right.
just
Cause
taking time out every day to just say, hey man, you beautiful, you smart, you're intelligent. That's gonna in turn, help you to basically motivate you to do other things or do better in other avenues, your work, your relationships, your life, period. If you feel better about yourself, because I'm really a strong believer in like, if you're not right with yourself, you definitely can't be right with nobody else. You got to start loving you before you can be capable of loving another person, because otherwise you don't know what that really looks like, you know. But
right. And
yeah,
I'm a firm believer that if your emotions are not together, not once again, everybody, mental health is real. I meant that you can literally make yourself sick.
yes,
And then your
absolutely.
body will tell you, and then you would go to these doctors and be like, well, I'm feeling this, that, and the third. And they'll be like, well, we can't find nothing. But it's internal. It's internal.
Agreed. Absolutely agree. Yeah, you can worry yourself to sick, man, like to the point where you're in a hospital bed and you're right, people will not be able to figure out what's going on with you. And that's why it's so important, to take mental health just as serious as physical health, like it needs to be a balance. And right now, I really feel like, mental health is right here on the scale versus everything else. People are not taking it as serious as they should. And that's why I created a song like I Love Me. And, of course, I want to make it fun, but I just feel like me making it fun is just really a easier way to get people to just start chanting, how much they really like themselves, and they care about themselves, and I want that to feel bubbly and bouncy. But yeah.
So you have so much success from these independent singles, and you just said that earlier you have a tour coming up, y'all. He got a tour. He will be in ATL on the 30th. Just want to say that. Just want to say that.
Yeah, yeah,
Tell
yeah,
me,
yeah.
how does it feel to go?
I mean, it's dope. It's dope. It's dope. It's my first headliner tour since 2021. We kicked it off in Chicago. Chicago is February 24th. Amazing. My first time ever going to Chicago in my life. They really took care of me. People, they pulled up, showed out in numbers. They came out in the snow. They brought me every type of wing that they make in Chicago. They made me choose the best one. They was all good to me, by the way. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Chicago. It felt like I was at home. I mean, Chicago and Mississippi are cousins anyway. But yeah, we'll be in Atlanta on March 30th, and we hitting up a lot of places. Matter of fact, I'm going to announce a date tomorrow, so I'm gonna keep that on the hush to tomorrow. But yeah, we hitting up Atlanta, Charlotte, let's see, Tampa, Huntsville, Montgomery, and a whole bunch of other places. But yeah,
Houston in that lineup?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We gonna, we gonna see what's up. We gonna see what's up. But yeah, like I said, I'm announcing more dates real soon. So yeah.
Now you got to tell me, we're gonna reach back for a minute of COVID, because I know you've been making music since before 2018. How did COVID allow you to really hone in on your skill set, because you play different instruments? You are essentially Prince in a way, because you play
Ooh,
all these different.
that's a lot.
I'm just saying. I'm just
I
saying.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate
All these
it.
instruments you can play, and plus they're like top tier instruments. We ain't talking about the little ones that they have at the church house. We talking about some instruments.
Yeah, yeah.
Like how did COVID allow you to perfect all that, and like I said, hone in on your skills and perfect your skills?
Yeah, I mean, music is in me, man. Like I was mentioning before, my parents were musicians, especially my dad, and like coming up, and I thought I was gonna be like I was gonna be a cartoonist. That was my dream, and and I still utilize those skills today, like even like if you ever see anything with the animation in any of my videos, like I've done it. But like that was my love. My dad's like, yeah, well, you got to do some music, So he started me out on piano. That was short lived. I was like, it's just not my thing. And then I picked up the trumpet, and from 11 up until now, that really propelled me to just be kind of ready for what I am right now, because I just essentially been around it, forever, and it just allows me to look at a song differently now. I know what I want, I know what I don't want. I can hear it before I hear it. It's just, it's really just, it gives you a much deeper intel. You don't have to play an instrument to have this type of feeling, but I'm just talking from my point of view on how I approach music. But yeah, I'm definitely thankful, that I did, I picked up an instrument and became a musician at an early age, because it definitely is helping me right now.
How do you see first off, do you see yourself within a category within this music industry?
I just wrote a line about that yesterday. Like I was out running and I was writing some new stuff, and the answer to that is no. I can't. Sometimes, like, I used to think it was a bad thing, because I used to feel like, man, you really got to nail down yourself down to one thing so people can whatever, like, I like this about him, but it's hard for me to do that because I like so many things, and I just feel like I'm just this big old bowl of gumbo, like it's so many different
Yeah.
flavors and ingredients. So nah, I don't think I am, and I don't think I ever could, like, you never know, man. I might drop a country record. I don't care. I like everything. And I'm just music. I'm the embodiment of music, or of artistry, whatever that may be. It may not come in the form of rap all the time. It may not come in the form of singing. It may not come in the form of music. You might see it through something I paint or I draw or, I create. That's what I am.
Are you still independent, or have you signed any type of deal with different companies?
So I think I'm unless I don't know, like right now, I don't know how I feel about that anymore. I've definitely done the major, I've done the independent. I've done the everything, but right now, I signed myself to my own label. It's called Sound Village. And that's where I'm at right now. I feel like that suits me more because I'm very, very hands-on with everything that I do. So I'm not gonna shut out partnering with somebody maybe in the future, depending on what it looks like. But as of right now, man, I'm out here, I'm doing my thing, I'm by myself, and it's lovely with my team. So yeah.
Are you actively signing other artists?
As of right now, no, we're not. Just because I just started Sound Village maybe probably towards the end of last year, so we're still in that building phase where I'm working on still my endeavors and some other pieces that we'll start talking about real soon. But I really really want to make sure like when I even start thinking about that, I want to be able to pay attention. I don't just want to like bring people and throw them on the label and then whatever happened with them. Like I really want to cultivate something with them and grow with them and help them, reach however high they want to reach.
What what were your goals then in the past, but prior to you taking music on seriously? Well, I mean, of course you took it on seriously, but
Mhm.
having it as your main source, and now when it is your main source and you have an outlook on everything.
So can you ask me that one more time? I'm trying to figure out
Okay.
how. Like,
Your
yeah,
your viewpoint as
uh-huh,
far as music goes
yeah.
prior to you coming into the industry versus now where you
Ah,
have had a seat at every position possible.
yeah. So first off, probably the one thing that stands out the most, and this is from my personal experience, I would say coming from the artist's viewpoint, is I feel like I didn't necessarily do what I wanted to do when I first came out. I think I just did what I thought people wanted to hear and see from me. Like I'll make a mixtape or whatever. It might have like 12 songs on it. And I would make like, I got to have a record for the club and I got to have a record for the streets and one for the girls and blah, 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 blah. And then I would like fit like two songs at the end that I really liked and I was really, really passionate about, the stuff that just came out of me naturally. And then people would be like, oh, I love the mixtape. But man, the last two songs was dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn, why not just make the whole mixtape like the one and it'll be the songs that I really like. And it took me
Right,
a while to just really figure out, man, like just be. People tell you all the time, the key in life is just to be yourself. Like it sounds so cliche, and I know everybody said, and people are man, be yourself, but it really it helps you go long, far, and you go a long way, because for one, people can tell when you're being fake. They might not be able to pick it out at first, but eventually, it'll the true colors will show, and it's a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? Just to do what feels natural to you from the jump, because eventually you'll run out of gas being something that you're not, versus just doing you and being you. And also like the type of supporters and fans you're gonna get are gonna be more rich in quality, because they really hear for you and your thoughts and your personality versus like other people like they hear for whatever the fad is right now and this and that. So I would say like my viewpoint has changed from just like and you can see it in the world of music today, like it, it's so many different types of artists out there now, and you don't necessarily need to go the same route. People got their own thing going on, like I do. Some people still do major, some people still do independent label, but ultimately, I think like man, just being yourself is has much way more weight than it did, back then, right then than it does now.
so you got to tell me what's the newest thing that you're working on, what's the newest thing coming up besides the tour. Like I said, y'all get y'all tickets. Just want to input that right there.
I think, yeah, yeah. Make sure y'all get them tickets. Get them tickets. We're trying to sell out every venue. But yeah, I would say, man, I'm always working on new music. I don't know if that really counts or not. I mean, like that's got the songs coming out every day. In my stash, not to the world. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully we'll get some of that out soon. But no, I got a lot of stuff that's gonna be happening this year. It's not all gonna have to do with music. Perhaps I know I mentioned to you that I'm an artist, so I definitely would love to show the world that side of me maybe as far as animated series or something like that. So, I would say that would be probably something that I'm gearing up for outside of music.
Animated series. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
You know, Jay Renee do voiceover.
really.
Yes, I would
All
send
right
you all
then.
my stuff. Yes, yes.
For sure, for sure, for sure.
Now,
Cool.
yes, yes. That's what I'm saying. What would be the the plot for the animated series? Unless, well, you don't have to tell us. You know, if you're still working on it, just say you're still working on it.
It'll definitely. Well, I will say I can't get a plot, but it'll be comedic. Because I got roots in that too. So I love slapstick stuff and just I like a bit of dark humor. I won't go too far with that type of stuff, but definitely it'll be something that's funny, upbeat, and I feel like catered toward my people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Oh yeah, I know, I
yeah.
know. Tell me about any upcoming projects. Like I said, I know you're on tour. I know you have an album, but was this your first album? Because I know you had a couple mixtapes before then. So is this your first album, or is this like your second one? This your second one?
Well, technically, I mean, I'm calling it an album, but really, it's giving self love is technically a mixtape, because it really started with but basically I put out a tweet one day and I was like, look, if y'all get this to 5,000 retweets, I drop like a mixtape or whatever. And like I remember that first day, it got like 1,500 retweets, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta go make. I hadn't even had it. I hadn't even had anything ready.
You
Like I
didn't have
didn't do
nothing
anything.
ready?
Nothing. Like I, I literally like I went to my engineer. I was like, because I didn't think it was gonna happen that fast, and so I literally had to go to the studio. I was like, I started working right then, and it's like I had to kind of peel back on talking about it because like every time I say something, they get like 800 new retweets. So I was like, let me just chill. So I kind of peeled back from Twitter or whatever, and then when I got kind of closer to it, I was like, okay, let me, what's up with these retweets? And then boom, it jumped off and it got to 5K. And I was like, here you go, mixtape. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was wild. But yeah, so technically it's a mixtape, but I would say, The Last Cherry Blossom, that's the record I did on Sony on RCA Records. So that was an album. But yeah, so right now, I think I don't know if I'm so much geared towards making like a whole body of work right now. I'm definitely always working on it, but I don't know how soon it'll be before something like that release because I feel like it's giving self love is such a great project, and I feel like a lot more people need to hear that. But that definitely doesn't rule out me dropping music here and there. But yeah.
And you got to tell us, how
Mm.
can your fans get in touch with you? How can they buy your music, listen to some more of your music, and get that behind the scenes view, or that behind the scenes knowledge of you, without it being stalkerish? I know that came out a little messed up.
Nah, you good. I understood. Nah, but yeah, I'm happy to say that my name is the same on every single platform. So it's Dear Silas, DearSilas. It's not always easy to get that to happen, but I'm blessed. So anywhere you search for me, you'll be able to find me by Dear Silas, which is my name on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, I'm there. My album or mixtape is Giving Self Love is streaming on all streaming platforms. You can copy wherever you listen to music, Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Google Play, Tidal, iTunes, wherever you listen to music, YouTube is there. And yeah, make sure you hit up the website at dear-silas.com. If you want to cop some merch, check out some other things, perhaps cop some tickets to the show. And yeah.
All right, everybody. I just want to thank you so much, dear
Yeah.
Silas, for coming to chat with us on the Talk With Me podcast. And man, I'm making sure I ain't stressing today, next
Yeah.
day, week, month, year, none of that. Because it's blessings
All
on
that.
blessings. And I just want to thank you so much. And stay Just stay on for like a little bit. Okay? Stay on for a little
sure.
bit. All right, y'all. That was the Talk With Me podcast, and I will talk to y'all next week. That was DearSilas on the Talk With Me podcast. Yeah, with your girl Jay Renee, exclusively on YouTube. Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your girl Jay Renee. You know I've got something to say. Bringing you new episodes and new guests on the Talk With Me podcast, exclusively on YouTube. Like, share, and of course subscribe, and follow us on IG too. All right, y'all. Bye.